This second-generation Mercedes C Class Coupe targets two-door versions of BMW's 4 Series and Audi's A5 more effectively than the three-pointed star has ever managed before. Unique styling makes it stand out in the showroom. There's a sportier setup, promising a more invigorating drive. Plus, there's class-leading sophistication when it comes to suspension and automatic transmission. Will it all be enough to enable this C-Class to gain the upper hand in this tightly contested and style-conscious segment?
On the road, this Mark II model C-Class Coupe comes armed with several key advantages over its predecessor. There's lighter weight for a start, which always helps, plus all variants get a dynamic select driving mode system that not only tweaks the throttle and the steering, but also alters responses from the standard agility control adaptive suspension. Uniquely in this class, there is the option of upgrading that damping into a high-tech air-suspended airmatic setup. And on top of that, most key versions of this second-generation model get a 9G-tronic 9-speed automatic gearbox that's more sophisticated than anything the opposition can offer. Thanks to all this, the C-Class Coupe feels agile in corners, it steers precisely and rides bumps with an assured comfort that shows you can have the best of both worlds. Under the bonnet, mainstream buyers get a choice of two engines. Most choose the 2.1-litre diesel unit we're trying here, offered with 170 bhp in the C220D or with 204 bhp in the Pokia C250D. That's inevitably the most efficient way to go. This C220D capable of up to 68.9 miles per gallon on the combined cycle and 106 grams per kilometre of CO2. The main alternative is the 2-litre petrol engine that comes with 184 brake horsepower in the entry-level C200 variant or with 245 bhp in the Pokia C300. With the C200 and the 2 diesel variants, there's the option of 4MATIC 4-wheel drive if you want it. Base petrol and diesel variants get a manual gearbox option, but elsewhere in the range it's auto only, with 4-wheel drive and diesel derivatives getting the brand's latest super smooth 9G-tronic auto transmission. We should also tell you about the performance-orientated Mercedes AMG petrol models at the very top of the lineup. There's a 367 bhp C43 4MATIC, or if that's really not fast enough, then the brand can supply the fearsomely fast C63 V8 flagship version, able to offer up to 510 bhp if you're up for it. There's always a danger in this part of the coupe market that the contenders end up as little more than two-door versions of the saloons they're based on. Here, only the front wings and the grille are shared with its four-door stablemate. Everything else being based closely on the stylish aesthetics of Mercedes' larger and much more exclusive S-Class coupe. So, the exterior looks right, but what about the cabin? Well, you enter through these long doors. Once you get comfortable and look around, you'll take in the way that the design team has here once more made every effort to differentiate this car from its four-door stablemate. There's the integral sport seats themselves, bespoke design for this model. Specified correctly, it can all feel very high-end indeed. Enough on the front, though. What about the rear? Once you're in the back, there are certainly signs of improvement over what went before. The extra body length and width does indeed translate into extra room for your knees and for your shoulders. But unless you are fairly diminutive in size, you'll still need some cooperation from those in front if you're to get absolutely comfortable on a longer trip. Finally, let's check out the boot space. Now, pulling up the tailgate, it's fitted here with optional electric assistance, reveals a large opening, but also quite a high loading lip over which heavier items have to be manhandled. And once you get your stuff in, you'll find a well-shaped luggage bay that's 400 litres in size on all mainstream variants. No luxury brand, well, come to think of it, no other brand of any kind offers a wider choice when it comes to coupe motoring than Mercedes-Benz. This C-Class Coupe may be one of the marque's more affordable offerings when it comes to this kind of car, but it still feels of very high quality indeed. But that you would expect. What might be more of a surprise is just how satisfying a driver's machine this model can be. Most of all, though, it looks right. Unlike its predecessor, this is a properly distinctive coupe design with much of the style and panache of an S Class Coupe, costing 3 times as much. A car that you'll still be admiring long after you've forgotten how much you paid for it, and one in which heart and head can live in harmony.